Silver Linings Playbook is a movie that shows the life of Pat Solitano, a man who has bipolar disorder. Pat had been admitted to a psychiatric hospital after losing his job and finding his wife cheating on him. He spent 8 months in the psychiatric hospital until his mother finally took him home. Pat is convinced that he is better than ever and wants to rebuild his life by reconnecting with his wife and finding a silver lining in everything. Meanwhile, Pat's parents just want him to return to normal behavior and share their passion for the Philadelphia Eagles. During the movie, Pat meets a girl named Tiffany who offers to help him reunite with his wife as long as he participates in a dance competition with her. As they start to spend time together dancing, they form an unusual bond and that shows a silver lining in both of their lives. Throughout the movie, Pat displays many symptoms of bipolar disorder. Bipolar disorder is a mental disorder that is characterized by shifts from manic to depressive states, which affects mood, energy, activity levels, cognitions, and ability to carry out day-to-day activities. There are many diagnostic criteria for bipolar disorder, many of which Pat's actions apply to, all of which depict manic episodes.
What the? I just can't believe Nikki's teaching that book to the kids. I mean, it's the whole time. Let me just break it down for you. The whole time you're rooting for this Hemingway guy to survive the war and to be with the woman that he loves, Catherine Barkley.
It's 4 o'clock in the morning, Pat.
And he does. He does. He survives the war. After getting blown up, he survives it, and he escapes to Switzerland with Catherine. But now Catherine's pregnant. Isn't that wonderful? She's pregnant.
The first sign of bipolar disorder is shown in this scene when Pat reads the whole Ernest Hemingway book in one night and angrily discusses the book to his parents at 4 a.m. We clearly see that a lack of sleep does not dampen on Pat's energy levels, as he has increased focus and motivation to finish the whole entire book without interruption. Then, how he wakes up his parents, we see more of manic behavior as he throws his book out the window and rapidly speaks and rages about the story. The next depiction of Pat's bipolar disorder includes a full manic episode that involves raging, crying, and violence.
Wake up.
What is it?
Where's my wedding video?
It's after 3 o'clock. What are you doing?
I looked in here, but this is all for your sewing and everything. Did you put it up here?
What about in your old father's study? I'll see anything from
Think I can't handle it?
Please stop yelling.
I'm not yelling, Mom. I'm just frustrated because I should have my wedding videos.
Pat! Pat!
I looked over there. I already looked all over there. I'm not here.
Down, Pat.
I'm not calming down. I don't give a who here. I'm not calming down. Anybody can wake up. I'm not ashamed of it. I'm not ashamed of it. Let the whole neighborhood wake up. I don't care. Your wedding is my wedding video. Oh, I can't watch a video. No!
As we see from this scene, Pat receives a sudden urge to find his wedding video. He frantically looks through boxes and starts screaming about the video. It all causes chaos in the house as everyone starts to scream. He has no clear conscience of what he's doing and cannot control himself. Many times throughout the movie, the concept of Pat's wedding song, My Cherry Armor, triggering him is brought into play.
Is that song really playing?
We have music sometimes.
That song is killing me. Could you please turn it off?
I can't.
What do you mean you can't?
I don't have the controls. I'm sorry.
Did
I don't
Dr.
have the
Timbers put you up to
controls.
this? Is there a speaker here? Is it a speaker here?
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, okay? I'm sorry. I'll fix all this, okay?
Pat freaks out when he hears the wedding song because it reminds him of his wife cheating on him, and this sends him into a meltdown. Additionally, Pat explains in the movie that many times he hears the wedding song even when it is not playing. This is an example of a delusion, which is a typical symptom for a bipolar disordered person to experience. While those are accurate illustrations of bipolar disorder, there are inaccurate display of how Pat's therapist attempts to help Pat with the song.
That was a messed up thing you did, Dr. Patel, all right? That's a messed up thing. I'm sorry, but that's...
You can call me Cliff, please.
Yeah, well, Cliff, that's not the way you're supposed to meet people, okay? You should write that down in your I don't know, what do you have, a little book you write stuff down in?
I'm sorry about that song. I just wanted to see if it was still a trigger for you.
Bravo, it's a trigger.
In this therapy session, the therapist plays a wedding song without approval from Pat to test if it still triggered him. This therapeutic tactic is not accurate and would not be used by trained professionals. inaccurate display of bipolar disorder is at the end of the movie when Pat tells Tiffany that he loves her. After this scene, the two appear to be perfectly fine together and Pat's bipolar symptoms seem to have disappeared. This is not accurate because even with proper treatment and being happy with his life, all of his issues would not have just disappeared that quick. Bipolar disorder is characterized by both manic and depressive episodes, so for the movie to be completely accurate, they should have included a reference to a depressive period for Pat. Overall, Silver Linings Playbook accurately depicted manic episodes of bipolar disorder according to DSM criteria.